All right, all right. Sorry for the long intro tonight. Couldn't help it. I have to eat a snack, and I'm halfway done. Boop. A little sandwich. So thanks for hanging out here on the old GUFON, where truthology for ufology rains down on everyone. Want to be a part of this beautiful organization? Just subscribe. That's it. Guys, I hope you have a great night. Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's keep this ball rolling. Hey, we just started rolling. I didn't hear a bell. Did you? A little late. Henry Sterling has gifted 5 GUFON memberships right at the beginning of the show. Are you kidding me? Bro. That is really, here it is. It doesn't show up on my end like it does on your end tonight. I can see already it's going to be a little weird. Because look at this. Henry Sterling, thank you. Gifted to WAF. Look how it looks. Gifted it to Derek Kennedy, was gifted a membership. Oh, that's nice. You got one. JH got one finally, too. Fallen Rabbit got one as well. Yeah, well, that's nice. And Rogue Trooper finally got a gifted membership. And in 2 days, I give away 10 more to the cause. Yeah. Hey, thanks for that early bird special. Very nice. I'm sorry, I got a little agita because when I eat, my body's like, oh, it's food again. Yeah, thanks for that compliment, SL. I forgot I had it on. And when I saw myself, I'm like, oh well, they know. You guys know. But thank you for hanging out. We're going to talk about something easy, something simple, something everybody in ufology will have a hard time figuring out. Not us, but that side, the truth. Every big story seems to disappear. Very rarely do they hang around more than a week, right? Phoenix Lights. In recent memory, and 30 years ago almost, right? 1997, March 13th. They did everything they could. That is one of the few examples where they did everything they could to figure out what's going on. We'll talk about a bunch of stuff like that. A couple things anyway. You know the stories. You know everything. You probably know a little. No, you don't think you know more than me, but on some things, maybe. I'm playing. Let's do a little roll call for tonight's easy show. Did I do a show? Yeah, yesterday. Oh, yeah, yesterday. That was fun. God, Jeff is so. He's different than everybody else. He's a little interesting. When the more you talk to him, you're like, huh, he might be an alien. I'm just kidding. But he may have been face to face with one several times in his life. His story is as similar to almost everybody else here who's had experiences. Started out when I was 5 or 6, and next thing I knew, I was dreaming about it, and nobody believed me. Well, maybe mom or dad. You never know. But that's usually the way it goes. Starts out when you're young, they hook you in, and now you're along for this lifelong experience of telling people you've been abducted by aliens, and it's still happening. Meanwhile, the only friends you have are the aliens. Nah, I'm joking. I really am. You come here. You come home where people understand. Oh, Rich, all you do is make fun of people. I don't make fun of anybody who's telling the truth. If you lie, yeah, you get the Shavatsky right up the old keister can. I can't help it. I don't want you here. You don't belong here if you're lying. Even if you're in here telling the truth, but you only do it with a cash wall. You want to pay for disclosure? Dick Dolan does it, right? All the time. And what does he wind up with showing? Nothing. Nothing. The only time you should pay like something like that, if there's real evidence that could change things, not, well, you got to pay $20 tonight because we're going to go over this document that was found from the Wilson file. It's like, shut off. Who cares? We get it. The Wilson files. Yay! Change nothing. But, and that's what bothers me when people come in here. They literally have good evidence, but they don't know how to give it up. They don't know how to show it. We'll show it to you if you buy our DVD or when the movie comes out or whenever I want you to pay for it. No, I don't like that. I don't like it. You know what would be cool? This is how they should do it. If you want to make money that way, show us a picture, a still image, a 3-second video clip, something small, so we know it's real. Then you can charge. I think that would be much better than risking your $20 for nothing. That bothers me. And Dolan Dick does that a lot. I don't know anymore, but I haven't been following Dick Dolan, but people tell. They discuss. Hey, Rich, did you see what Dolan's now charging? Yes, $89.95. I'm just throwing numbers out there. But I like to see the truth with evidence. Like Jake Barber, perfect example of being bullshitted on. That guy should never be allowed to speak again. But is it his fault or is it News Nation's fault or Rose Cuckold's fault for not telling us immediately that that video we were watching while he's telling his story was not from his assignment? That would have been very helpful. That would have been great. But they didn't. And this is what bothers me. Oh, a week later they tell us, oh, by the way, the video Jake Barber was not from the origin of his story. Oh, thanks for telling us there, Coconut Breath. Appreciate it. Jack Fag, fool. Jack, it came out wrong. Oh, God, he said fag. I didn't even mean it. Grow up. I hardly use that word. Yeah, I hardly used it anyway. Is that like... Yeah, it is. I guess to them it's like the N word. I don't give a shit though. All right. Hey, hey. Huh. Hold on. I set up the whole show today and it's not here. Wow. I can do this without it, I guess. I can't believe this is happening. I was so prepared. I had everything ready to go. All on the file. It's not here. And I don't understand. Very rare that I'll do a show without notes. So I'm about to do that. And I don't like it. No, I spent a lot of time today doing research and looking up certain videos and clips. I don't get it. All right. Forget it. Let's just do the show. All right. So I want to talk about this interview that was done. And I can't speak because hologram. Holotropic? Or here's what I'm looking at. This is from Red Panda Koala on X. And I'll bring it up. Hold on. I'm really stressing out right now. I feel like everything's rushing and I can't slow it down. Hold on a second. I'm just going to pull it up and show you. Just play the clip from the show again. Got a few clips from this show.
Holotropic breathwork in Silver Lake with a friend who's, I won't out him, but he's a prominent investor who's like as rational as it gets. Like, he's actually really interested in like philosophy and, you know, academic science and stuff. And like the way he described his worldview is like the natural philosophers like David Hume, he's super into Noam Chomsky. Like, he couldn't be more like the material world is what it is. Like, he's kind of like a material world, like a materialist atheist, you know. And we had just gone surfing, and then we're back at his spot in Silver Lake, and I wanted to teach him holotropic breath work, which is, I love holotropic, it's the best. And we're doing it, and he kind of like 5 minutes in, like your hands can kind of clam up. It's like a common thing, and like you get into like an interesting state, and all of a sudden he looks up, and he's like, "What is that?" Oh my God, 2 metallic orbs, like one above him, one above me. They look like they're way too high to be, you know, prosaic aircraft. I wouldn't be able to tell you like what, you know, 60,000, 80,000, but like they were high up and they were like bobbing, like hovering. And this is so funny. Like, initially he goes, what? I go, what the fuck do you think those things are? And he goes, that must be one of those like deep black, you know, Lockheed crafts or whatever. And I'm like, interesting. And then a second later he goes, dude, those are not like of Earth.
How long ago was this?
This was 2020.
2020.
Yeah. This is that was either the
So here we got a guy who's gotten popular in the UFO field, who thinks he saw something without any evidence to show anybody anything. And if you have 2 balloons tied together, but 3 in this situation, they bounce off each other and they do what he described. You know, they'll be floating and then, oh, they bounce in and up, oh, and they bounce, and it's one of the first things you learn is that not everything or anything is going to be what you think it is. It's always something else. It really is. I can't tell you how many times I thought I would see a plane and it was a reflection off of a building. I mean, it's just crazy. But this holotropic, check this out. Do you know what holotropic breathing is? Breathwork. Holotropic breathwork is a therapeutic technique that involves rapid breathing, controlled breathing patterns, often accompanied by music and body work, whatever that means. Is that massaging? Like, is it a massage? Body work? It is based on the belief that by altering breathing patterns, individuals can access altered states of consciousness that promote self-exploration, emotional healing, and spiritual growth. And let me tell you something. I was doing that breathing technique from the military that Navy SEALs use. And Michael from Dark Hour Paranormal has also tried it and has come up with weird experience. And me too. Like, I talked about that smoky, swirling smoke. He felt what I felt, which I never talked about, was feeling like you're being taken out of reality for like, it's so quick. And then you fall asleep. It's like, and then, you know, you're like wondering if you really had that happen, or did your brain playing tricks on you, which is what I think might be happening. But I do believe in, because I can go to sleep every single time that I do that breathing technique. Breathe in through the nose 4 seconds. Breathe out through your mouth 6 seconds. And all this can, in a continuing flow, and then after you blow out, you stop, don't breathe for 8 seconds. It's 4, 6, 8. I thought it was 4, 6, 7. It's 4, 6, 8. 4 seconds, suck in through the nose, 6 seconds out through the mouth, 8 seconds, hold your breath. And then you're holding your breath, but suck in through your nose again, not through your mouth and go, you're not going to lose your breath. You may think you are, but that's where people make the mistake in that number 3. After they hold their breath, they breathe in through their nose, then they do it again. No, you got to keep doing it. So you breathe out, right? Hold your breath, 8 seconds, and then 4, 6, 8, 4. Capiche? All right. That's the only time I'm ever going to be describing how it should go. Ever. But anyway, this I believe in this stuff is what I'm trying to say. I think it's real. I think you can somehow alter your state of consciousness in a certain way. And me and Michael were talking about it, and I'm not sure if it has to do with bringing in carbon dioxide or just changing your breathing pattern. How the frigonometry does that put somebody to sleep that quickly? I go to sleep within 45 seconds. It's under a minute, anytime I want. And I do. I dream heavily. It's a deep sleep. Even if it's only 3, 4, 5, 8 hours, I wake up, I feel pretty darn good. I feel like my brain has reset as well. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, that should be a natural thing because of sleep. Well, I know me, and I know how good it made me feel mentally. Everybody's going to have a different experience. Look at this. Holotropic breathing was developed by psychiatrists Stanislav and Christina Grof in the 70s. It was inspired by their research into psychedelic therapy and the use of LSD to introduce altered states of consciousness. The name holotropic comes from the Greek words holos, which is whole, and trepine, to move forward, or trepine, Trepein, to move forwards. To move towards. The process, typical holotropic breathing session lasts for several hours and is usually conducted in a safe and supportive environment. Participants lie down or sit comfortably and breathe rapidly and deeply through their nose and mouth. The session is guided by a facilitator who provides instructions and support. Music is often used to create an evocative atmosphere. The benefits? Well, proponents of holotropic breathing claim that it can provide a range of benefits, including increased self-awareness, emotional release and healing, improved mental health, spiritual insights and growth, and enhanced creativity and problem-solving abilities. Now, there are risks and precautions, but who gives a shh? Anyway, there you go. That's the general hypothesis, synopsis, or theory. I don't know, whatever. But interesting, right? Maybe I'll look into it and get back to you on it. But I believe in that stuff. I believe the breathing, affecting how you breathe, it does something. And I don't know why. I don't know why it would turn into a spiritual thing, but I think because when we go to sleep, some people believe we're going into reality, our real life, where we come from. Isn't that nice? It is. It's good to be the king. What movie? History of the World, Part 1. Okay, so we saw that clip. And let's move on. Now, the same guy, he says, there are good people I've interviewed that I suspect have ulterior motives. I don't call out those ulterior motives because I am in enough danger seeking truth and I don't want people coming after me. Translation, pussy. Ask hard questions. You are a journalist, you call yourself. How dare you not do your job? Anyway, then he says, I do think there has been harassment of people. I've seen it on Twitter and other places. Now, a lot of people don't know the meaning of harassment or what harassment is. Look it up. And then he says, that F's with me because I want to come out and defend anyone that's dealt with harassment for looking into this UFO thing. Jesse Michaels on counter intel and harassment in the UFO field. Jesse says he's interviewed people that he doesn't trust, but he can't call them out because he's afraid people will come after him. You know, I never once thought that they're going to come after me that way. You know, maybe like a Lou, but not just regular people. Now, those are the ones people tell me I should be, because, you know, a couple of weeks ago, some guy said, I'm outside. You step out, I'm going to shoot you. Remember? I went outside during the show. No shoot. Still here. Too bad. I got to live.
There are people I've interviewed that I suspect have ulterior motives.
Mm-hmm.
I don't call out those ulterior motives because I'm in enough danger seeking truth. And I don't want to, like, I don't want people, like, specifically coming after me because.
Dude, that is got to be the biggest pussy move that I've heard anybody admit in ufology. It's honest. Good for you for being honest. I do appreciate that because he could have just said nothing. And it's like, hey, why don't you answer the hard questions? Because I don't want to. He could have just said that. He actually says, I'm scared for my life.
I'm like fucking with.
See, that's what's great about me. Because I don't give a shit. Do me a favor, take me out. Oh, you asked me a hard question. Boom. How hard was that? Now my life, I'm free, out of pain, and happy. I'm with my family who passed on. All right, go ahead.
Them.
Right.
Not only that, but there are people with ulterior motives where, like we said earlier, there are elements of truth to what they say. And like a lot of what they, people can tell the truth in limited ways and have ulterior motives. That's what people don't understand. So you can sift out valuable stuff. So I think the best way is, you know, just be open, friendly, cool with everybody. You know, I'm cool with.
Just be a pussy.
You know, the two guys you just mentioned, I guess I haven't met.
Oh, don't be like this guy. Anybody out there who wants to be a blogger, a truther, a YouTuber, an influencer, this is not the way to do it. This guy, and I like him. That's the hard thing for me to say this, but I didn't know he was so scared of his own shadow. I've been calling out Lou since day one. I've been calling out everybody as soon as they fuck up. And I'm still here. Bro, they love you. They don't love me, and I'm still here. They want to go down your pants the way you kiss their ass. Me? Nah, they'd rather see me disappear, but they haven't. I'm the devil. You're their little angel. That's why you won't say anything. Because you don't want to be unpopular with the people who like you. You're afraid that your popularity is going to dwindle. That is exactly the truth. I've heard other people be honest with me in the past, and they told me, you will not have as many people watching your show. And I said, but I'll be able to sleep at night, and I know what I'm doing is the right thing. This guy's doing the wrong thing, even though he's nice. But how dare you say that you're a researcher and you don't do the job and ask hard questions because you're afraid people are going to come after you? Let me ask you this. Who the hell do you think you are that you think you're bombable?
Met yet, but like I would be cool with him. You know, I just try to have like an open, honest, fun conversation and then glean out what I think is true and honestly ask rhetorical if there's any untruths. you ask rhetorical questions that like show on the face of it that like there's something kind of going on here, but like you don't have to call it out directly because it's just you're just going to end up in some fucking food fight on Twitter and it's going to waste your time and you're not going to get close to the truth that way.
Right.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Not only do you get the truth quicker, wrong button, you find out exactly what their agenda is. Idiot, backwards way of thinking. That's the bizarro left.
The times I feel conflicted about having that predisposition is like, I do think there's been like harassment of people and I see it on like Twitter and other places and like that fucks with me because I'm like, I want to like come out and defend, you know, anybody who's been harassed just for looking into this stuff.
Yeah.
And then, and by the way, I've faced it too. And there's stuff I could tell you that would like, I could tell you off air. That's like, it's fucking crazy as far as stuff that's come my way.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's happened to all of us.
Yeah.
Grow up.
So like,
Grow up.
That riles me up for sure, wanting to defend other people. But otherwise, man, it's just like, it's a fool's errand.
Excuse me. Now, when Lou goes on his show, when Greer goes on his show, when anybody goes on his show, you can guarantee it will be interesting, but it won't be entertaining. He won't ask hard questions. He doesn't want people coming after him. I've never heard anybody actually admit that on air. Behind the scenes, I've heard it a lot. But nobody tells the world they're a pussy. It's just weird. Well, unless you're from that side of ufology and you think, oh, I'm being so honest. People can respect that. Yeah. But you're throwing out the baby with the bathwater when you do that. Ridiculous. You want to see more ridiculousness? I've got it. Every big story goes away. Why? You know why. All right. Do you think JFK was really what do you think he was assassinated for? Real quick, I found this video. I just wanted to play it because it seemed interesting. With Kash Patel, it is not for the obvious reasons we could think of. What else could it be? Check this out, though. This is you might have seen it. It's a couple weeks old, I think, but it's funny.
Never
Sad.
believed.
Scary, sad, funny, all your emotions.
That the CIA killed Kennedy.
No. You're talking to a guy that's read the entire JFK file.
You've seen all the secret stuff?
I've seen all of that, and I've seen the 7 pages of the 9/11 report. I've seen it all.
Don't say that.
You don't say that to people that you can't tell what you saw. Should the Kennedy stuff be released?
Yes.
Is there anything there that is like, is anybody alive?
The problem is, the things that we can't release have nothing to do with the questions you guys are asking. That's about as far as I can go on it.
It makes no sense.
But like the answers you guys want, you pretty much have them. There's very minimal stuff that can't be seen for things that you wouldn't even think are related to that.
Why can't we release them?
And you're thinking temporally, like, did it stop back then? Right? You know, the way intelligence works is you're always developing it. Where did I get that? Where did that go? Oh, hey, I found that guy 5 years ago. Let's go talk to him. Where does that get us? You know, it's a little bit bigger of a jigsaw puzzle.
Stupid.
I mean, it's the same. Look, so the 7 pages of the 9/11 report, yes, overnight, that needs to come out. I'm telling you, that's got to go.
Where is it?
And there will be some people that are pissed off.
And where is it? He even said it himself. 9/11 files, next day. No, it didn't happen next day. I know. Things take time. I get it. And they probably got to talk to the lawyers and figure out if you did this, what are the consequences of doing it, this and that and the other. Then I see this video. I don't know. It came up pretty close. Maybe it was just the way the algorithm was working yesterday or the day before, whenever I got this 3 days ago. Do you believe the planes during 9/11 were holograms? I know, it's crazy stuff, right?
Okay, so watch this video very carefully. This is one of the jets that supposedly hit the Twin Towers.
Oh, I'm just going to say right here, I don't believe that the holograms were used. I believe planes did hit the buildings. It's just, let me ask you guys. Before 9/11, how many planes have you ever seen go 500 miles an hour into the side of a building like that? It's never happened. So I love it when people think they know what a plane should look like hitting a building at 500 miles an hour. But this building was designed for that day, I believe. The way it was built, everything in the center, such an easy collapse. It wouldn't really interfere with it, even though it did. But, the other buildings wouldn't be fallen into. It came straight down the way they planned it. But watch the video and tell me if you think this is holograms.
Watch for the impact when it hits the building. It's coming. There we go. Gee, where's the impact? Oh, right there. Now watch the next video.
Well, the point is, how can they project holograms of that size?
And therein lies the problem, because people are, when you say hologram, they're thinking of a Walt Disney little pixie dancing around in a little darkness area. That's all they know about holograms. They don't know that 20 years ago we could project a hologram with heat, noise, light, speed, anything we wanted, anywhere. And we used that on 9/11. Right now, the television...
Did you catch that?
Yeah, you played it 3 times, jackhole. You played 9/11. Did you get it? That's how stupid they think we are, people now. They play things 3 times in a row now. I see it in auditing videos, and I hate it. The person will come up to somebody and they'll say, I'm going to kick your, and then all of a sudden they go, I'm going to kick your, and then they do one more time. I'm going to kick. Like, we got it the first time. So much drama needs to be created on my video. I need to make it seem interesting. That's what the news does. What do you think the news is? News? It's entertainment. At least for since the internet. Yeah. I think since the internet, it's gotten crazy because so many people can have access to information. You dig? Did you guys hear what happened to the actor who died? Jake? No. Jack Klugman? No. What was his name? He was a very popular actor. They just found him and his wife dead. After a wellness check, Gene Hackman and his wife, she's 62 years old. He's 95 or was. They must have been dead a while because her body started to mummify. His body was fully clothed. He was sitting in his chair. The family thinks it was due to a gas leak, but there wasn't any. So they had to bring in investigators to find out if anything happened with Gene Hackman. Now, they did find pills, prescription pills that were kind of knocked over and scattered, like the way they said. And she was in the bathroom, and it looked like she had either fallen or something, or tripped over the space heater that wasn't on. It wasn't plugged in, I don't think, because she was laying right next to it, and it kind of looked like she may have fallen into it. But they don't know how she died. Neither of them. Sounds suspicious to me. They're saying there's no foul play, but the reason they're doing it is because how long they were, probably what, couple weeks? How long does it take for a body to start mummifying? Let me see. Wait. Here we go. Several weeks. Wait, hold on. A dead body can begin to naturally mummify within a few weeks, depending on the environment conditions, particularly in extremely dry climates with low humidity. But the full process of mummification can take several weeks to months. 6 to 12 months for a full mummification. Well, I think it was 2 weeks, give or take. They said her hands started to mummify, not her whole body. Very weird. Excuse me, my God. I thought Gene Hackman was in his early 80s. I didn't realize he was 95. He always seemed old to me in the movies, right? He was always the older guy. Back when Superman came out, he played Lex Luthor, and he was probably 35. I mean, I thought he was like 50 because he was bald back then, and and the way they made him look. Maybe that's why, but 95. That's sad. To go like that? I don't know. But it definitely wasn't a gas leak. Carbon monoxide poisoning. All right. So, in this field of ufology, every big story seems to disappear after a week, maybe a couple of days of news and everybody talking about it. But it usually we never get an update. The Phoenix Lights was one of the few cases in history where it was a very big case. Thousands of people saw it, tens of thousands allegedly now. And we still don't have any answers. But you look at the O'Hare incident that happened almost decade later, 9 years later in 06, I believe, or 05. We had a lot of people. See, when they're like that, and people say there's photos, and then you have employees who see the UFO at the runway, and then they're told not to talk. Why? Do you think if that O'Hare incident happened today, we would have answers? I don't think so. I think the same game would be played. Hey, we know you saw something. We saw it too. Want to know what it is? Too bad. So sad. We know you don't. Now, one thing, it could have been the drone show that we've been seeing. I love this drone show. I can't tell you how much I love it. Because if it is China, which I think it is, I think China was flexing the last 3 months of the Biden campaign to show Trump respect. I don't know. But it was weird how it started in November when Trump was named president. Started right around there when he won the election. And for those 3 months, I feel China was almost like saying goodbye to Biden and thank you for everything you did. And we're going to show you our love with our unbelievable and unmatched technology in the drone squadron era. And they did. Magnificent maneuverability. But I didn't see any of them do this. None of them did that. They went like this, you know, like in a flow, but they didn't go beep, beep. None of that happened. None of that. And we've heard stories of beep, beep happening. Never have we ever seen it on video in a legitimate UFO video. Never have. I've seen it with my eyes too. I saw this beep, and then it turned 180 and went the other way, but it didn't go bing, bing. It went bing, and then, you know, then it was this way. It was like this. That's all. That's all I can tell you. No, seriously. It went like this, and then turned. That's what it did. Perfect. But, and that was in 89? No. When I first saw it, yeah. But I never recorded the good one. But I do have that on recording. I'll have to find it. I call it the pastel colored UFO because it reminded me of Easter egg colors. You know, like an Easter. You see those pastel colors? You know the ones. What was I gonna say? I was going somewhere. Oh, I got myself screwed. Hold on, it's coming. Shit. Can't get it back. Hold on. Let me pull something out. Let me see if anybody's got a good video out. Nothing. Unbelievable. Nothing new. Let's go here. Nothing there. Interesting. Now, I am getting some UFOs from someone who watches the show, but I want to put together a video and show it in a better way, like a third phase of moon type of feel, but my way, you know. Let me see if this is it. He says I can show it. And then I also have, you guys know Anomalies and the Real Deal? He's been sending me. There was a problem playing this video down. Let me try downloading it. I had a problem downloading his stuff. Like I couldn't watch it. All right, here we go. Let me see if this is it. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember. Oh, wow. His video is really cool. So I'm going to show it to you. This is from Anomalies and the Real Deal. It's a good one. And I didn't think it was at first. And then I saw the magic. Okay, there won't be any sound, and I have to show it this way. Here we go. Go. Is it working? Go. Yeah, it won't play. There we go. It's pretty cool. There it is up top. Notice the clouds. Those are chemi clouds. I call them the chemies, like chemtrails that have spread out over the hours. And those are definitely interesting with this video. I almost feel like the chemtrails, I know you're going to think it sounds weird, but they somehow, I think, cover up their signal for the UFOs. Maybe they cover their signal up. Maybe it distorts it. I don't know. Maybe we can talk to them better. Or maybe it's just markings like, hey, you go where the X is in the sky, and there'll be a prize waiting for you there if you can get there in 0.6 seconds. Go. You did it. That quick. This is a triangle. This is one wing, one triangle. This is amazing. Is it top secret? Could be. Could. Oh, it sounded like I was on auto tune. Is it top secret? I like the slow motion though. High, very high. Woo! Where's the UFO? Where did it go? Thank you, anomalies. Look at that thing. One more time. Just this, not the whole thing, just this part. It's up here. That's all he got, man, but he got something. Not only that. Was there another craft there, too? Hold on, let me see. No. Well, thank you, anomalies and the real deal. We appreciate that. You guys can send in your stuff, and that the other video, I can't play it yet, but it's really good too. That was a good one. Get to the chopper. Bob Marley's here, everybody. Mervin. Wait, I didn't do roll call? I never did roll call. I forgot all about it. Let's see who's here. Italian Pitbull. What do you say there, Chief? And that was Italian for what's up? SL. How you doing, man? Good to see you. What do you say? Jamistos Plethon. Dan Peters, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Professor Falcon from the Falcon Islands. Henry Sterling donated 5 memberships early in the show, within the first minute. Thanks for being here. Thanks for that. Glenn Collins, how you doing, Mr. Man? Good to see you as well. David Wilcox, not Wilcox. Welcome to the show. FGraph72 is here. Welcome to the show. Lunar Sparkles is here. Ozzy Tiger, Hidden Dragon is here. Section 47 is here. Troy, how you doing, Chief? Good to see you. All right. If I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we're already almost an hour into the show. We got more show to do. Can't teach white man nothing. The Kung Fu Bruce. And like got a gun to a firework. Unfortunately, Bill Gates is cheap to economics. Never in history been so sold. Junk is economic wind. I couldn't have said it better myself. What'd he say? Hello. Beep, 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 bye. She's high. All right. That is true, Dan. And now they can do it in a month. I saw this article today that they're saying we might be able to get to Mars within a month. I mean, in a month time. Instead of, what is it, 6 to 9 months, depending on when they leave. Interesting. Elon, not such a bad guy after all, if he can get us to Mars and live. I don't want to just go to Mars. I want to colonize the place. However, call me silly. Shouldn't we take care of our own planet first? Oh, but Rich, we need to get off the planet because eventually there's going to be too many people. No, that's not going to happen because eventually there's going to be an end of world catastrophe. By the way, March 14th, starting around 2:30 in the morning. If you live in Florida or in that part of the world, you will be able to see a full lunar eclipse. The moon will be totally red. They're saying it's a good one. And the full completion, the full, is at 3:31 in the morning when it's going to be just blood red. Yeah, I'm excited. That'll be a good show. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Right? All right. Did you hear about Azadur Ramanazad? Yeah. Shot by unknown assailants during a late night break-in. This is crazy. A manhunt underway after police say woman killed her wife. Woman killed her wife. California fire captain said then she fled to Mexico. Why? Illegal? I don't know if she was illegal. If she was, get her out. She went home. All right, what did I see? Hovercraft. Did I just see that? Let's see if this is true. Under 17 not permitted without parent. Oh, these are pictures. Nobody cares about pictures. Nobody cares anymore. All right. 10 of the creepiest Mandela effect mysteries that will creep you out. We'll do one. You want to do one? We'll do one. We'll do it once. I'm getting crazy. I don't know. I feel like I woke up all of a sudden. Here we go. That's because I am abducted. I am an abductee. My abs are sore. All right, here we go.
Unwilling to accept that they have faulty memories.
Yeah, we know.
Appearance in 1928, though.
No, not interested in Mick or Minnie. I'm interested in Mel Gibson. Don't care about Weird Al. Don't care about that. Oh, this is the Braveheart one? Oh, yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, this one's okay. We never talked about these. Check this out.
False memory likely resulted from her live performances, during which she did indeed wear the headset. Another example comes in the form of the hugely popular Queen hit song, We Are the Champions. Many people refuse.
What do they say? Does he say, we are the champions of the world? Is that how it ends? Does he say, of the world? No. No. I'll show you. I can play under 7 seconds. YouTube music. Boheim Rhapsodicus. Here we go. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, oh. Is this just tragedy? Caught in a la la. Though we Escape from... Okay, let me see. I want to see the lyrics. I don't think they show them, but I'll just play the end. All right, here we go. Hold on. I got to get it set up. Here it is. I'm finding where I can start it. This is tough. I can't do it in 7 seconds. I'm just listening to see if it does it. And then it says, any way the wind blows. Any way the wind blows. It doesn't do it. Yeah. There's no reason for me to play it. I don't want to get in trouble. There's some songs, like I played 2 seconds of Hotel California and they shut the stream down. But, I came back on in 10 seconds, but wow. That was the quickest. That was like when we first started. You can't play? No. But anyway, let's move forward on this one into what I wanted to talk about. Don't worry, be happy. Remember that song? Don't worry, be happy. Do you know who sung that? Right. Bobby McFarlane, not Bob Marley. People think Bob Marley sung this. Nope. It's
performed by the reggae legend Bob Marley, which is of course impossible since Marley passed away 7 years before the song was released.
No!
But this hasn't stopped Mandela effect believers from stating their belief that the original singer was indeed Bob Marley.
Stupid! Doesn't even sound like him. Like reggae, all reggae sounds different.
And that we're all being deceived, since the artist responsible has changed somehow. In an effort to explain this false memory, some people suggested that they may be getting mixed up with one...
Oh, I said McFarland. Seth MacFarlane. Yeah, McFerrin or something. That's funny.
Attributed to Marley, and the fact that the singers are named Bob and Bobby. Some people have even gone as far as to suggest that the music video has been changed and that it now depicts satanic imagery. Number 2. Rudolph is undoubtedly...
I hate Rudolph. I hate that stupid thing. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Why did I even care about this? I mean, I could care less. I don't know why I thought that was something to talk about. Hey, not everything's a hit. All right. As long as I can accept that, we'll be fine. We can move forward. All right. So this is what we're going to listen to. Check this out. So Dick Dolan was on Weaponized the other day. Dick Dolan talks some dirty, just silliness.
Hey guys, George, Jeremy, thank you so much. Thanks for that introduction. That was very nice. I have one correction. I have to say this. That spreadsheet you mentioned, it's not 172 cases on there. It is 672 cases. And I'm only saying this because I am not a spreadsheet guy. That was the first spreadsheet in my life that I put together, and it was brutal. That's a 37 by a lot of other experienced researchers of the time. No one's had any problem with him. I think it's a great case, and it's not the only extensive interview, and so we have Crawford's testimony about this. Crawford always stated that he personally did not see the object come out of the water, but that other members of the crew did, and that he saw it when it was just above the water, rising up and circling. He watched it circle the ship. His testimony has been reviewed by a lot of other experienced researchers of the time. No one's had any problem with him. I think it's a great case, and it's not the only USO incident from that region. It's an absolutely remote area. The Aleutian Islands It's right between the U.S. and Russia there, and but there have been a number of other cases.
Remote as it is not unusual to have more than one sighting from that area, and I'll be honest, from any area at this day and age. So if there's a couple of sightings, in the Congo somewhere off the Amazon, we're going to know about it. Maybe not the next day, but, we are not surprised.
That are UFO, USO activities from that region. It's just fascinating.
Not really.
That's what got me started. And I'll just complete the thought, I guess. So in the spring.
Notice how quiet it was? Jeremy Corbell didn't even jump in. I don't know.
The thought, I guess. So in the spring and summer of 2022, I thought, wow, that was an interesting little thing there. Let's keep going. And I started looking for some more USO cases because, anyone who follows this subject for any length of time knows that the water aspect of this is really interesting. Inherently, it's fascinating. It's like, all right, so it's one thing to see something zigzag in the air. That's really fascinating. That's cool. But to come out of the water, let's just get real here. That's like an extra step of crazy or an extra.
No, it's not. What is wrong with him? Is he this stupid or is he acting? Guys, for 5 years, you could have bought your own UFO that goes in and out of the water. Why does he think that this is a miraculous or impossible feat for anything that man can make? Unless I'm not getting why he's acting this way. He's acting like he's so surprised.
Of time knows that the water aspect of this is really interesting. Inherently, it's fascinating.
Used to
it's
be.
Like, all right, so it's one thing to see something zigzag in the air. That's really fascinating. That's cool. But to come out of the water, let's just get real here. That's like an extra step of crazy or an extra step of impossible. And yet we hear about these. And I thought, I know there's cases out there. Where are they? Where are they stored? Like, there's a couple of books, and I mean a couple, in the English language that have been done. The first one was in 1970, and then nothing for more than 30 years. And then we had another one. It was a good book, but that's it, basically. And a couple of others, not much. And so I thought, I want to collect these. I want to see where they are. So I hunted down different databases, online stuff, the National UFO Reporting Center. MUFON was really helpful to me.
Because MUFON is so unbelievably credible.
A gentleman named Carl Feint, who's no longer with us, he did really good work on this. And he had a now kind of semi-defunct website where he collected some cases. So I pilfered through all of them. I found a lot of old books, magazines, out-of-print things, lots of those. And I thought, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to find the good ones, not include the bad ones, and to see what happens.
Oh, boy. So he thinks he's so good that he's going to pick the ones that sound credible without really any evidence at all. No video, nothing. Just, a story. We're going to talk about it as if it's real because that's what they do. That's what Corbell's job is to do. It's to keep the bullshit rolling while the real shit is, going on in the background. Let's hear.
And it morphed. More attractive than working in the atmosphere for them. I'm not really sure myself. There's certainly a lot of action in the oceans and in the bodies of water of this planet. There's no question about that. I think when I researched into this, it's obvious there's a lot going on. And what I was able to...
You just said that 3 times in a row. It's really active in the ocean. It's really busy and there's a lot going on. We know.
Find, I have no doubt, is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm sure there's much more that was never reported. But that's also true of ordinary UFOs or UAP. So,
you know what? I'm better than him. I really am. I am so much better.
What's
angry.
more common? Is it the water or the atmosphere? And I can't say that I know it's the water. I don't know that it's more common, but maybe it is, and we're just not aware. But they're
Do
definitely
your research.
I
How
had
does he
to,
not know?
I sifted through thousands of cases to get to the ones that I thought were
you
really the good ones.
No, you didn't. He went to the first 3 that he liked.
But water's attractive. I mean, especially if you are them and you're watching these curious humans who like to stick their nose in everything and who notice everything and would notice you if you start hanging out there. And if you...
What has happened to him? He used to talk somewhat smart. I can't listen anymore. I can't. I can. Oh my God.
Up talking about it, but that's so typical for U.S. Navy
I haven't seen Jeremy or the other guy for the whole time.
Personnel. That and you can understand why, because it's just there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of fear, there are career repercussions for these people, and it's no surprise that they don't want to jeopardize any of that.
Did you see George's footage from his Netflix show?
Who are these
where
guys?
That object, and I was like highly skeptical. I talked.
Oh, is he gonna go over? I heard somebody told me to watch this because he talks about the drones, but also the UFO. Oh, we don't see it. Oh, George just saw it. There's no video. Oh, I wanted him to analyze it.
To the guy Rory that was out there. Did you see that footage of that object appearing to go into the water and illuminate underneath the water on his Netflix?
I don't know if I caught.
Oh, right. I never showed that. I don't think. Yeah, I don't. I'll have to remember where it is. It's pretty cool, but they act like they're seeing something otherworldly. It was an object that went into the water. It lit up the water because it had a light on it. And then, but you don't hear any water movement. You don't hear splashing. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they dipped a light into it. You couldn't tell. It was interesting. Yeah. I'll have to take a look at it where I saw that. I guess I could just type in George Knapp's UFO. Let's see if that works. Oh, drone. This is it. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. I'll just give you the stills because I don't know if I could play this. I guess I could play a couple seconds, but take a look. Here we go. USO. George Knapp's USO Enhanced.
And scary, some of it's like crikey. Because I've seen something under the water which I didn't know was there.
All right, well, let's jump into the UFO subject. He was one of the, if not, I can't say anything more. I mean, what do you reckon, Tom? What are your thoughts on George Knapp?
Well, he's got a career that's, I'm gonna say, 40 years.
Well,
and he's.
I think, oh, this is terrible. It's over. I know, one after another. Went on a couple of hundred. Yes. And then it's like milky.
I think this is it.
I think, oh, this is terrible. It's over. I know, one after another.
I thought it was
went on
a
couple of hundred.
Unless I never saw the whole
The milky thing is part of it, right? It's part of this light. Got all the system worked out on the inside with the anti-gravity, and this is like life. This is crazy. You know, and you can watch it evolving and moving and following a narrative.
Yeah,
as well. I said that before.
I don't know. That's all you see. But that's not what I remember seeing. I remember seeing the round light, fluorescent light, green. You know that green. And then next thing I know, it's in the water. it went from being above the water and then in the water without me seeing it go in. Does that make sense? It's like somehow it just was in the water. And I don't know if something moved in front of the camera or what. But I thought it was a weird thing. And it didn't look edited because all the rest of it seemed nice. I don't know. Very sketchy, but could be real. I don't know what that is. They're saying George Knapp's USO enhanced, yet that's not what I remembered seeing. Similar, not exact. Could be different time in the footage, maybe. Yeah. So earlier in the show tonight, I talked about technology that is being created or has been created where a new technology could get us to Mars in 30 to 60 days. Here. Russia's Rosatom is developing a plasma electric rocket engine that could drastically reduce travel time to Mars, making it, within 30 to 60 days. What? Oh, hold on. It didn't bring you over. That's a game changer right there. I would go then. I could do that. 6 months, I don't want to do it. Yeah, Russia may have unlocked the technology needed to travel to Mars to make travel to Mars viable. The limitations of existing propulsion systems mean that astronauts must travel up to a year right now. They could do it within 60 days, up to 60 days. So they use magnetic plasma accelerator. When it which I can't read. What's going on? It's like I'm dumb again. Which it hopes will reduce space travel time. Mars is 140 million miles from Earth, meaning a 30-day journey would require an immense amount of speed, over 195,000 miles an hour. In addition to improving efficiency, a faster travel time to Mars would decrease exposure to cosmic radiation for astronauts. The innovative plasma engine requires... Oh, is that maybe the kind of technology we're seeing in these drones? By the way, it's 4:20 somewhere. Shall we? Hey, if you want to help support GUFON, with a super chat, a super sticker, a PayPal, or a Cash App, all the links, they're in the show description. Even memberships too. Yeah. Giddy up. Truthology for ufology, and we do it for you. They do. He does. I do. You do. I do. A plasma rocket motor is a type of electric motor. It is based on two electrodes. Charged particles are passed between them, and at the same time, a high voltage is applied to the electrodes. Igor Berulian, a junior researcher at Rosatom's Scientific Institute, stated, as a result, the current creates a magnetic field that pushes the particles out of the engine. Thus, the plasma receives directional motions and create thrust. Kind of like the way my wifey likes it. Oh, I'm just kidding. The engine is powered using hydrogen. A plasma does not need to be heated to a high temperature to function. It reduces the risk of temperature overload. The scientists expect the engine to have thrust of around 6 newtons, which is far higher than other existing mechanisms and is expected to contribute to smooth acceleration and deceleration between planets. The team plans to use conventional chemical rocket technology to launch the spacecraft into orbit, and once it's in its designated orbit, the plasma engine will then be activated. If successful, the technology could be used to increase the efficiency of other space missions. Isn't that nice? Look at Russia, huh? Look at Russia, just waiting for the right time to strike Mars. Come on, Elon! Do your stuff. Do your thing. Take him down. Take him out. What movie? That's right. Good job, you guys. Independence Day. The original. Jeff Goldblum said it when he figured out how to, I don't even want to say it, but put a virus into the computer of the aliens. You want to see something disgusting? Honey. No, I mean the food. Honey. Under a microscope. Have you ever seen these videos? In every video, I'm grossed out. Now I'm wondering if it's fake. Are they adding these things to the videos because they know we're never going to get a microscope out and look at honey under a microscope? Well, guess what? I'm going to try it. But watch. Not watch, I said. Is this real? What's going on with my honey? Honey!
Hey, yo, honey!
No! Love the drama music. Those look like ticks or mites, yeah? Come on. There's a couple of these videos out there. There's another one I may have here that, let's see if I have it. No. Do you want to see something interesting, though? Do you want to see ancient photos of UFOs? I don't think I looked at this yet, but I think they're going to be rounded. Oh, it's not that. Okay, so check this out. These look legit, like legit UFOs from the past. Here we go. Remember, I don't know. This looks familiar, this one, from the handlebars of a, I guess that's a motorcycle back in the day, 70s. 7 photos I found I've never seen before, this person says, of some unidentified craft. I find it interesting how back then we could get better shots than today. Here's number, that looked like Bob Lazar. No, I mean, the fake guy, Billy Meyer. That's a Billy Meyer looking thing. Right? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Billy Meyer? I don't know. There's another one. Steve Thompson, Bryce Canyon, Utah. If that's real, forget about it, man. And another one like Billy Meyer. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Oh, wow. That's from Mexico, yeah? That looks familiar. That's hard to see. Oh, God, it's a dot. Jiminy Glick. One more? I don't know. Balloon. Yeah, I didn't like that one. Some good ones, though. Oh, forget about it, John. John left a really good comment here in the chat room. Says, when AI starts to do these kinds of things in the background without administrative permission from the engineers that engineered the system, there's a human out there that's creating this stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Every day I look up UFOs and aliens created by AI, but I actually typed out artificial intelligence so it doesn't think I'm saying AI, you know? You know how they play. No, artificial intelligence. And some of them are good. They look so real. But I'm not seeing the drastic changes yet that I thought I would see. It's obvious AI is what I'm saying. It's like eventually we're not going to be able to tell the difference. And I think we're there, but I think they're slowly doing it to us. And I think, and I'm not sure because nobody knows, but there's got to be somebody out there that does this shit for the UFOs, for the government. Deep state, Illuminati kind of way of thinking, that kind of person. Their job is to still do what they've been doing for the last however long that's been going on. Faking, lying, cheating, stealing, misinfo, disinfo. It's a plane, it's a bird. Nope, it's a UFO. No, it's not. No, it is. But once AI figures it out, we're fucked. We already are. And that was from John Kavanaugh. Thanks for hanging out, by the way. Appreciate that. What's this? This is Rocco Abel, 100%. In you go, Northern Idaho, in the house. Glad to be here. Oh, okay. Sorry. But did you see that video for the honey? Is that, what do they call that when you eat something and it's supposed to eat all of your shit with the bacteria? What is that stuff called? I can't remember the name of it. Starts with an A, I think. What is that food? What is it called? It's in yogurt. No. And yes, it is. No, haha. No, it's not antibiotic. It's not amoeba. It's not amoeba. You eat it. It's supposed to do something for your digestive system. I'll know it once I see it. It started out being in the yogurt, and now it's in a lot of food. All right, and well, it's organic, but one of you guys probably know it. Yes, probiotic, and that's what I think it is. Thank you, Thor. That's it. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Does it work? Because I'm thinking of giving it a go for my stomach issues. Gyro's correct? That's not what I was thinking of. Thor got it right. Probiotics. Yeah. Starts with an A, asshole. I'm so stupid. Anyway, thank you. Hold on. I have something here that says, this is amazing. I forget why. What is this video? Oh, here we go. It's playing. Oh, okay. Let me play this. This is cool. I forgot about this a while ago. Excuse me. I'm so sorry I'm doing this.
What Roger would call the Platonic realm, what the ancient Hindus or Vedics call Akashic record. Well, there's lots of names for it. Have purposeful behavior. They if you approach them, they move or they do this or that. So they seem to have intelligence, and maybe they're conscious. I mean, the way they move, you know, they go here and they go there, and there's no vapor trail. So what's their propulsion? We're up in the mountains a little bit, and I looked up, and there was this round thing. It looked like the moon, except maybe 10 times bigger. Yeah. I said, "You see that?" She goes, "Yeah, what is that?" I said, "I don't know." You know, with the latest wave of these things, you just can't ignore it anymore. There has to be entanglement in the brain, and I think fundamentally the brain, is, consciousness at least, is a quantum system embedded in a classical system. The microtubules themselves, they're inside neurons. They're made of proteins called tubulin, these peanut-shaped proteins that self-assemble into microtubules, and there's about 1 billion tubulins per neuron, and hundreds, let's say, of microtubules. We need something in biology to quite literally orchestrate these objective reduction events and turn the proto-conscious noise into Beethoven or Brahms or the Beatles or whatever. Okay. That's what the microtubules do. Max Tegmark wrote this infamous paper calculating that the microtubules would decohere in 10 to the minus 13 seconds, way too fast for anything useful biologically. We recalculated using the same formula published in the same journal, and it was more like 10 to the 4th, 10 to the 6th. Our theory, the ORCO-R, has more evidence than any other theories, more explanatory power, more connection to biology, and more experimental evidence validation. They're turning the neuron into a bit, into a number, so that AI can claim to be conscious when we get the same number of bits. Consciousness didn't evolve in biology, that consciousness was there first and prompted the origin of life. But
wow. I never heard anybody say that consciousness was here first. And then he said something else.
Origin of life, but that's another story. The first studies...
Hold on, I want to hear that section.
First and prompt conscious when we get the same number of bits. Consciousness didn't evolve in biology, that consciousness was there first and prompted the origin of life, but that's another story.
And it prompted the origin of life. Prompted means it told it, right? It alerted it.
First studies, near-death experiences in medicine came out from Pim van Lommel and Peter Fenwick. And they all had pretty much the same description. They all found the same percentage of cases and so forth. We happened to have a full EEG going when the patient died, and they kept it going, and they saw it. They saw everything go away, and then you got this activity when there was no blood pressure, no heart rate. So that could.
He had some bad body language when he was telling us about that finding when the guy died. Just take a look at how uncomfortable he looked.
Saw everything go away, and then you got this activity
doing it.
When there was no blood pressure, no heart rate. So that could be the near-death experience, or it could be the soul leaving the body, perhaps. And so they did that study, and subjects reported later that they were having these vivid hallucinations, vivid experiences. They were basically tripping. But the MRI, strangely enough, was cold and dark, as if they were comatose. And there was very little metabolic activity. They were at a loss to explain this. So he said, if you make a measurement here, you get information going backward in time to when the two were together and then forward. And that's how it happens. Put the chalk down, and that was the end of the meeting. You know, it's like one of those things like, no way, that's crazy. And then it becomes, well, it's obvious. And then we knew it all along.
Right. Yeah, we knew it anyway. That's what we said. We thought it could have been. We had no idea. That's so cool. I'm going to save that just for future referencing. Jay Anderson on X had that. That's revealing quantum consciousness. Pretty cool. That was Dr. Stuart Hameroff, director for Dr. Stuart Hameroff, professor emeritus, director, Center for Consciousness Studies, co-author for Or Theory, speaks with Jay Anderson. Okay. But just to let you know, next year, nobody will remember it. We're all going to forget it. Every big story goes away. You know, there's a lot of people that do really good research and they make these documentaries and they bring up stories that may have been forgotten. Can I ask all of the people out there who are making documentaries, do something new. Do something that hasn't been done. I would like to see that. I would like to see not a lot of risk taking in the ufology game as far as seeing movies being made. We usually get the same movie. Oh, it started in Roswell, and then the Phoenix Lights, and then, we had David Grosh, Lou Elizondo, and then we had the Nimitz, and, we know. Enough. You don't need to make a new Roswell movie. Ever. Ever. You know what I think that is? I think when people make a movie about Roswell, it's almost like they know it's going to sell. They know it'll make money. So they're not really doing it for the right reasons, especially when they don't come up with anything new. If they come up with something new and intertwine it in the story somehow without being boring, because there's a lot of boring Roswell stories when it shouldn't be boring at all. The story itself is fascinating. But the reason I don't like talking about it here is because it's been talked about so much that I just can't handle it. Look at me. I get triggered. I get triggered. I get triggered. What time is it? Oh, it's 4:40 somewhere. All right, let's get out of here. What's today? Thursday? Tomorrow's Friday. We'll have a good one for you tomorrow. And the members, be on the ready because I may do that show anytime. See, we had a goal. It was like 5 supers. And I will do a show live on location, ghost hunt, UFO hunt, whatever, right? And they hit the goal with only 20 people, 20 members being there, right? We hit that goal easily. So I put it up tonight for us in the chat room, and we started off with Henry's memberships, but those aren't supers. So we didn't have any tonight. So the goal is null and void. Unless somebody puts $50 down, that'll cover the expenses for that. I don't know. Oh, that's right. The poll. Let's end the poll. So the poll was, it's just a poll. Which one of these people is not like the others? Coming in at 7%, David Grush at the bottom. David Fravor at 9%, coming in second. John Edward, the psychic from the late 90s, 13% and 2000s. Or coming in at 70%, they're all the same. Actually, there is a person that's not like the others. Oh, no, there isn't. They're all the same. That's right. They all what? Make claims with no evidence, right? What else? No evidence, right? Yep, true. And what else? Right, no evidence. So their stories are all the same. They all, even though they're psychics and whistleblowers, they're different in the way that John Edward sees dead or talks to the dead, David Grush is dead, and David Fravor wishes he was dead. See, they're all combined. They're all good to go. They're all the same that way. It's true. They are the same. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. That helps. And we'll be back tomorrow night, right? We already did. So we don't need to do it. Truthology for ufology, and we do it for you. It's true. Just you, the GUFOnians. Can't believe it's already close to 9 o'clock. What an incred. What did we learn tonight? Same thing we learned last night. Figure it out. If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. Alien bless.
There's a good thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over Jerusalem, and why did it stop one of the most treasured sites in Christianity?
There's a new belief that's something making proof for an anomalous UFO, a form of bright light descending over the dome of the rock.